Hello, friends. I want to share some brief meditations with you this Advent. And for this first Sunday in Advent, I want to share a meditation on hope. And so, when you think about hope, uh, well, I should say when you think about hopelessness, it's one of the worst things in life. When people are hopeless, they do really desperate things, horrible things, in the name of trying to get something that might give them hope. And so I just want us to reflect on a couple of questions today that help us to connect with this idea of hope in our life and not to think of hope on such a grand scheme. I hope for world peace. Well, certainly we all hope for world peace, and that's a grand vision and a grand hope that we all have, at least everyone who has a conscience. And so let's start with something more closer to home, a little bit more real today. And so I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and feel free to reflect internally or just take a couple moments to journal about these two questions that I'm going to offer you connected to hope. So feel free, I'll close my eyes with you, and if you need to pause, you probably might want to take some time to pause the video and take more time to reflect or journal around these questions. Just take a moment, take a couple of deep breaths, and invite your awareness of God's presence, which is already here in this moment. And as you take a couple moments in stillness, just connect to how you are doing emotionally, spiritually, in this moment. Knowing that wherever you are on the emotional scale is okay. And part of our spiritual journey is accepting ourselves where we're at. If we don't accept ourselves where we're at, it's hard to get to where we want to be. So just being okay with wherever you are, whatever is coming up for you this morning. And remembering that God is here with you, even when we're not aware of it, even when our mind is elsewhere and gets diverted. So whenever distractions come, just bring your attention back to the breath, back to awareness of God's presence. Take a moment to connect with this first question of what brings you hope today, in this moment. For something for you personally, something that a person, a project, whatever it is, a memory that gives you hope, brings you hope. As I said, feel free to pause the video for a moment, to journal, to do whatever you need to connect with whatever gives you hope. Feel it in your bones, feel it in your breath, feel it in your energy field, and even allow a sense of gratitude to come up, since we are just a couple days after Thanksgiving. Feeling that deep sense of gratitude for whatever this thing is that gives you hope helps to give you that sense of purpose and meaning. So take as long as you need to. I invite you to reflect on this second question around hope, which is, what do you hope for in your own life? Something that may not yet be manifest, may not yet be real in this physical world, but what is something that you hope for? Something, again, very personal, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, vocational, financial. Remember that there is no hope that is not beautiful, no hope for our own lives, for our own betterment that isn't beautiful in God's eyes. So just take a moment, feel free to pause the video. I have my beautiful daughter in the background crying for my name, which is something that gives me hope. And just take a moment connecting to what something is that you hope for. And again, feel free to pause the video. And again, feel a sense of gratitude that you can connect in this moment with your hope. And knowing that God shares with you in this hope for your own betterment, for your family's betterment, whatever personal hope that is for you. With each breath, remind yourself of God's presence and that the divine is with you, the divine is for you, the divine is inside of us. And knowing all these things, we connect with that hope and we can meet God halfway. So not expect God to do everything, but put our own efforts forward to meet that hope, to be a co-pilot with the divine in meeting that hope. So let's take a couple final breaths. Give thanks for this time together to reflect on hope. And feel free to come back to this meditation at any point to connect with those things you're already grateful for, that give you hope, and to connect with your own hopes. It's so important is to connect with those hopes so that we do not get hopeless in our own lives. Let's take 2 final breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you, friends. Bless you.